Happy Devils Tuesday. This is post game, the Let's Go Devils podcast post game. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal, streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. Devils lose in overtime to the Caps 5-4 after coming back down 4-1. Scotty, let's do the so-and-so Happy Devils recap.
The so-and-so Happy Devils recap. Okay, I give you that. The pseudo-happy. Well, at least we got a point, but yeah.
Yeah.
Devils played a entertaining hockey game in the third period. They kind of sleptwalked through the first and second. TJ Oshie scored for the Caps. Vrana, who is like one of our nemesis. He's like our joker. I feel like Jacob Vrana is always scoring on us. Sprong had a 2-on-1 that he scored on. Devils going down 3-0, but then Kuokkanen comes back, gets his second, and Travis Zajac gets his first assist of the day. He's gonna have 3 total. Orlov came back. It was 4-1, but Miles Wood cashing in on a good goal there in the third period. It looks like the Capitals kind of went to sleep in a little bit of the third period, kind of came out and kind of shut things down a little bit, and the Devils took advantage, used their speed, started getting into some lanes, and Jesper Bratt coming up the middle, Ryan Murray with an assist there as well. Wood, his 8th, Sharon Govich. Then, again, Caps kind of falling asleep, leaving Sharon Govich, completely wide open, a la how the Devils usually do on their defense. The Caps were kind of doing, Devil style there and leaving a man wide open, and Sharon Govich buried it for his 4th. Kuokkanen got the assist there, so that was a 2-point night for Yanni Kuokkanen. That was Travis Zajac's 2nd assist, and his 3rd came on the following goal by Damon Severson to tie it all up at 4. Ty Smith had an assist on that as well, his 10th of the season. 10 for the rookie right there. Zajac now totaling 5 assists for the year, albeit, though, 3 of them did come in this game. But still, hey, we'll take whatever points we can get at this point offensively. And then in OT there, had a couple chances or two, made it interesting. But Joker Vrana there comes back and gets us once again with his 10th goal. I think he's got 4 or 5 of his goals of his 10 are against the Devils. But he's the winner in OT. Zajac got the 3rd star. Shots on goal, not so bad. In the end, we know after the first 2 periods, it was about 23-10 or 23-11 or something like that. Ended up 31-30 in the favor of the Devils. So that third period was really something. They played really well. They ended up winning the faceoff percentage, 52%. The power play was unpowerful yet again, 0 for 3, and we gave up 1 goal on the Caps power play. That was the Oshie goal with that tip. Oshie is a master at that, but again, wide open in the middle of the slot. So that was and that was in the first period when the Devils were looking half asleep. Hits, even, 18-18. Devils had 17 blocks, only 8 giveaways. We're improving there, which is very nice. Only 6 takeaways, though. The Caps did have 11, so they were picking our pocket pretty easy. But, first and second period were kind of stinkers, and then the third period, the Devils came out. I think a lot of it, was the Caps were kind of sitting back and into kind of like, we got this kind of one mode. And, 3-goal lead. I hear a 3-goal lead's a bad lead to have. I heard someone has said that before. Because teams kind of shut down and they go into hibernation mode. And when you do have young teams who are fighting for roster spots, and these guys are trying to play. These are professionals. Yeah, we've been hammering them pretty hard here lately because we've been upset as fans. But these are guys who are professional. They go out there and want to play, and a lot of them are fighting for spots in the NHL. So they went out there and they performed. They found a Caps team that was sleepwalking in the third, and they took it to them. So I gotta say, I like seeing that. That was pretty good. Scott Wedgewood played well. That Oshie goal was tough. The Sprong goal was a 2-on-1. I thought Scott Wedgewood didn't play all that bad. Defense was, again, if we're judging it by the first and second period, again, that wasn't that great. But then in the third, they actually started to play pretty well. So I don't know. Do we need to get the Willie Nelson going and on the road again for every time the Devils are out there on the road? Is that what we need to do? Because I'll do it. I got some Willie shirts. I'll wear my Willie gear, and if that's what we got to do and play every game on the road instead of at home, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. What can I say?
Oh, I totally agree with you. Like, I'm at the point right now that we should, at the Prudential Center, not even call it Prudential Center, I'll dress in the opposing team fans' jersey and start
let's change the name.
Yeah. Make it feel like they're out on the road, Start booing them and start chanting, all this kind of stuff, anti-Devil stuff, and then the Devils will win, just because of that, because they'll forget that they were even playing at the Prudential Center. I can't even explain it. I can't even explain the home losses. I don't think anybody can.
I don't think anyone can. It's just a freak year, man. That's what it is. It's a total freak year. And, we saw this in the opposite direction a year or two ago when we were talking about the Devils being, we have like half a logo there. I pressed the wrong button. I'm actually producing this podcast from an iPad right now. Fat fingers. It's Fat Fingers. Yeah. Fat Fingers Tuesday or Friday. Friday sounds better, but whatever.
But I'll tell you what, I'd keep our podcast like this if the Devils were on a winning streak. This is how we do the podcast. And remember that thing that you were Remember that thing you were telling me about, hey, Sam, I think you need to start watermarking and branding our stuff. I was also trying to do that as well.
There you go. There you go. Done. Yep. Mission accomplished. Achievement unlocked. Watermark. But yeah,
all right, I'll try to fix
everyone. Do it. It's fine. Everyone out there in internet world, Facebook Live and YouTube Live, Periscope, Twitch, everything. Tell us what you thought of this game. What are you guys thinking? I'm sure it was, people jumping off the ledge there for the first two periods online. I can only imagine. I don't actually have a Twitter handle. I refuse to get one just because I don't want to get sucked into that after all these years. I got a Facebook. I remember when I first got Facebook and I immediately regretted it. Like 2 days later, I was like, oh man. And I actually do Instagram, sort of. But I'm terrible at social media. But I can only imagine seeing some of the stuff that our good friend Beer Baron was sending. The mass hysteria going on online. And, we haven't been happy here. We've been disappointed. And I think we've been speaking a little truth. But in the end today, moral victory, I guess you can say. They played very well in the third period. They didn't just put their tail between their legs and, because the Caps were basically shutting it down. You could see that. And the Devils came and they struck back. So you got to give it to them for that. You got to hand it to them for that. Credit where credit is due. We can be upset with the bad hockey and the losing and the years of this and where the hell's our core and, everything else we've been complaining about. Are you going to put the bag over your head?
No. Since you're being positive today. Since you're being positive today. Believe.
Okay, all right.
You can find this in the Let's Go Devils podcast store. Just trying to help Shorts guys sell some merch, since the pandemic. But
we need all the help we can get.
But in the month of May, we're probably going to have a lot of specials in the month of May. So think about it. But anyway, know what? I'll tell you, I honestly was about to text you, be like, when it was 4-1, I was about to say, I give up. And then suddenly, so what I did was I went over to the Devils Hockey Network feed. Our good friends of the podcast, Matt Lachlan and Chico Resch, started listening to them. but because they were on a 4-minute delay, all of a sudden I started getting the MSG Go notification. 4-2. Wait, what? And then I see another notification after a while. And then they see 4-3, and then I get another notification. I'm like, oh man, and it was 4-4, and I was like, all right. So it was actually my fault because now I have to watch this thing. So I go back to the Kanji and Dano feed on MSG networks, and I screwed it up. I watched overtime, and I should have just stayed on the Devils Hockey Network with Matt and Chico. It's just those little things. I wasn't
fault,
consistent.
Samuel. Good job.
Well, yeah.
Way to go, buddy.
Hey.
Way to ruin everything for everybody.
No,
Everyone's going to have a great Tuesday.
No.
And Sam Wu came along.
No. Hold on. There's a point to I'm trying to make here. Because I'm so invested in this team, I'm holding myself accountable because accountability is what Lindy Ruff is looking for. So I'm holding myself accountable that I couldn't hold my emotions. You know how I bitch about Palmieri, not taking dumb penalties and can't control his emotions because he's pissed off at the ref for some play that they didn't call. Well, hey, I'd be a hypocrite if I'd say, hey, I couldn't control my emotions because I actually thought this team was going to win, and I had to see it live on MSG Network instead of listening to Chico and Matt on a 4-minute delay because I had to know. And I promise I won't make that same mistake again if that happens.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't, Samuel. All right? Don't curse our team. I will say one thing in the positive, even though he hasn't been putting the puck in the back of the net as much, Jack Hughes, you're starting to see a lot more of the takeaways with him, picking the puck from people. Yep. He had another 2 tonight, picking the puck and creating some opportunities. I mean, I think that's something we have to look forward to in the future with him. I think that's going to be a big part of his game. Definitely improvement, but just saw some stats flash up on the screen right now that he had another 2 tonight. So, good on Jack. We want him to score a little bit more, obviously. But with everything going on with this team right now, I just take it as it is. If we get some wins, we get some wins. If we see some growth here, I just don't want to see us regress any further. What's up?
Well, I gotta tell you, YouTube Live. You know how much I love Facebook Live. YouTube Live is humming. Album Review Channel. That's the name. Album Review Channels. Asks, what do you think Lindy said before the third period? And then Mike Halligan says, I'm sure it included words head, out, and ass, but whatever it was, it worked. You never know. He could have been throwing jelly at the wall like Lou. You don't know.
Maybe did the old Larry Robinson kick the can and give him a little light the tires and grease the fires or whatever the hell it is from Top Gun. I can't even remember right now. My brain is so fried. Lindy's on the press conference right now. I don't know. I mean, a lot of it as well. I think that the Capitals just went to sleep in the third period. I mean, they were leaving dudes wide open. That Sharon Govich goal, he was wide open. Why were there 3? There were 3 guys on Jesper Bratt. Like I said, they were playing defense the way the Devils have been playing defense. Caps had 3 guys on Jesper Bratt, nobody on Speed Demon Miles Wood, coming down the wing there. And Jesper found him, and Miles Wood buried it. Good for Miles Wood. Again, we talked about it on the Sunday podcast. Might be maybe a little Blake Coleman trade type of thing there, Miles Wood. Maybe we sneak a little something good there. Good with the wood, right? Maybe throw a little Wedgewood in there. That's what we got, a wood trade, Miles Wood, Scott Wedgewood. Anyone need a little help coming up in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Need a little size, a little grit?
You know what?
A little speed?
But at the end of the day, it's 3 out of the last 4 on this road trip.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean.
No, it's not.
3
points.
Points, yeah.
So 2 games, yes. We won one and we tied one. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a fancy way of saying that, but yeah, okay, I'll take it. All right, 3 out of 4. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we well, let's be positive about it. We won one, and
OTL in the other. Okay,
we won a point in overtime. We won a point in overtime, right? Mm-hmm. So next, I believe it's the Islanders,
better than none,
right? Yeah,
we got 3 in a row against the Islanders, and I'm a little fearful of this one coming in. And to make matters worse, they're not all on the road. We got to go play at home again. By the end, I think the third game is at home. So wait, you know what? I'm gonna check that schedule right now.
Yeah, check it right now.
I'm gonna look right now. Where are we? Washington. No, we only have 1 game on the road. And then we're back at home for another 5. Forget it. We're gonna lose another 5 in a row.
Season's over. I'm gonna dress in the opposing team's jersey just to make it feel like a road game. If it's the Islanders in Prudential Center, I'm gonna be like, yes. Or I'll be like
Saturday night with the Islanders.
I'll talk
and then
with
Sunday afternoon.
I'll talk with a Long Island accent. Don't talk to her. All that kind of stuff.
Oh boy, that's worse than my English accent. Oh man.
Yeah, I know.
Oh boy. Yeah, but we head back home. We go to the island for 1 game on Thursday, and then we got another 5 at home. Oh man, the Islanders. Weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Then Buffalo, who we've been having so much trouble with beating. At least they're on our level, but then we got Pittsburgh for 2. And then we head to Pittsburgh, then Philly, and then another back-to-back with Washington. Oh, man. Wow. We are just – I'm telling you, dude, we're going to look back 2 years from now, and we're just going to be like in wonderment that we won any game. With this schedule, with this division, with the way we're playing, like – the level that we're at and the level where the teams in our division are at is just drastically different. Good for the guys for getting as many points as we have so far, and like I said, they played today in that third period. I mean, Lindy must have laid into them, I would assume. Maybe he didn't. Maybe it was just like, you guys don't deserve it. You don't deserve my coaching.
Or maybe the team, just, you know what? When the opportunity came, 4-2, then they started to smell blood, and just instinct came in, and then it's 4-4. I thought Kulikov, did a nice job in the third period for the most part. I heard his name.
Third period.
In the third period.
Did you see Bryce? Maybe you missed Bryce's breakdowns on the first and second period. He did not do very well in the first and second period.
Remember, at that time, I probably switched over to Matt and Chico. Because had I watched all that, we would be talking about like a 6-1 loss if I didn't go switch over to the Devils Hockey Network, right? So, but well, also another question. This is from Mike Halligan in the YouTube Live. Wedgewood again on Thursday, or return of the Mac? Good question.
The Mac Black back, the Mac Black attack, huh? I mean, we got to see what's going on there. I mean, Wedgewood played well, even in the loss. I think and we talked about this on the Sunday show and the last post game as well. I think all the games that Wedgewood has played, he's played well in. And he's definitely deserved to be the backup goalie. I mean, obviously we have our sights set with Mac Black, but we don't even know what's going on with Mac Black right now. Hockey is a very secretive sport when it comes to that things. He could be dealing with COVID effects. He could have a minor injury that we're not sure about. It could just be that his confidence is shook from this crazy season, from our team forgetting to play defense for like 2 weeks there, and he's just constantly being thrown into 2-on-1s over and over and over again, Wedgewood is a little bit more experienced. Maybe he knows how to handle that. Maybe that's what Mac Black right now is learning, just how to deal with that sort of adversity when your team forgets to play defense in front of you, which, as we saw, was happening quite often there for a good stretch. And tells bells. If we're going to be home for another 5, we might be dealing with it again. So, damn it. I hope we're not, but, we got to see what's going on. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mac Black in there. I mean, definitely one of the games. Wait. We still have Thursday. I'm thinking today's Thursday. Today's Tuesday. So we have Thursday, and then they got the Saturday, Sunday. Definitely one of those. Does he play Thursday, Saturday, and then off Sunday? I think I don't know. I think he comes back in Thursday. If they get the win, he's back in there on Saturday. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe even a close loss. Maybe even a close loss.
Even the Devils, you know how they have the theme nights. They gotta, we gotta change the mojo up a little bit. Just a little bit of the mojo. We gotta change something. Maybe I should stop watching Kanji and Dano and start listening to Matt and Chico. Maybe I need to change my game a little bit. But the problem is, I'm always looking at the wardrobe as well.
Yeah, I'm seeing the problem. Erica, she's got a Rangers blue dress on. I mean, we got to get her the red, the white, the green, and the black. We got to send her the leather jackets and get it going because obviously the red leather is our good luck charm. So we got to get a white leather.
What was she wearing on? What was she wearing on Sunday? It was a white. It was a white top and a tan skirt, I believe.
No Rangers colors.
Yeah,
I just happened to look up and the post game was on. But no, we got to come up with some good. We got to come up with some good. Mojo changing for this team. But I think it really is. It's just, dude, this is how it's going to be this season, unfortunately. We're not as far as we all hoped we were going to be. We hope the team plays well so we can move some of these guys into nice trade pieces and, continue to move forward with even younger talent. Big story. I'm not sure why, because I have the postgame muted and I'm an idiot and I didn't put the closed captioning on so I could read in the background. But Andres Janssen, who we brought in, we traded for, got 3 years left on his contract. Much like Miles Wood, has only had one 20-goal season. That's it. He's only been in the league. I think this is his 4th year. Every other, the other 2 years are single digit. Goals. He didn't break double digits. So he had one 20-goal year, much like Miles Wood had his 19-goal year. Brought in Janssen. 3 years left on that deal. He was riding the bench halfway through the second. Did he even get in the third period? I don't even know. I don't. You know what? I have to look. I'd have to look at ice time for that. I'm not sure if Lindy, and good on Lindy. You know what, Lindy? Much we were talking about when Lou thought Claude Julien lost the team. I'm sure Lindy he's thinking the same way. If these guys aren't playing, you're sitting, dude. You're sitting. Mm-hmm. You're not hustling. You're making bad mistakes, mental mistakes like that. Not playing. Oh man, they were. Bryce is. That cool look. Some of that cool look off stuff was disastrous on the goal. PK was playing in position, taking the man, and Kulikov was just running across the ice completely where are you going? Where are you going? How can you leave the complete center of the ice wide open like that? I don't know. But at least I got to say, at least they cleaned it up in the third. They cleaned it up in the third. Whether it's, or the Caps went to sleep or they cleaned it up, I don't know. But they took advantage of it. So you got to give him a little credit for that. And me, I haven't been a big fan of Sharon Govich, so it was nice to see he got a goal. He was wide open. I'm glad he buried that because that was a big lapse on the defense. But also good to see. I have been a big fan of Yanni Kuokkanen. I think he brings a lot to the team in a quiet way. Again, we talked about how many third liners do we have on this team. But I seem to like his game. I like his point production. He's a bigger guy. Maltsev as well. I feel like Maltsev and Kuokkanen are progressing along as well. You guys can call me out. Maybe tell me I'm wrong on Sharon Govich, and maybe I will be. But all these guys are young. Sharon Govich is only 22. Quoken, I think, is 23. So at least we got some good young guys. They are getting time, but the Gusev, the Goose riding the pine, it's not good. What are we going to get for that guy? We're not going to re-sign him. We're not re-signing him.
We're going to have a fire sale on all the Goose jerseys Goose t-shirts that Shorts guy made that nobody bought. Sucks.
He's going to be
you
back.
know what?
He's going to be back in the KHL.
You know what? The month of May, you could probably get it for $1. I'm telling you. The month of May, we're gonna have a fire sale. A fire sale of our merch. But yeah, so trade Goose for a half a grilled cheese sandwich, says Rody Ryan in the YouTube Live.
Is it with bacon? Is it grilled cheese with bacon? If it's grilled cheese with bacon, I'll take it, but I don't know if we'll get a grilled cheese with bacon. Maybe just a regular grilled cheese. Let me see here. Ray Leo, why did it take Lindy laying into the team for them to wake up? Ray, I'm wondering the same thing, but thanks, sweet Ozzy, that the Capitals went to sleep. Mac hasn't been the same. Matt Fernberger. Mac hasn't been the same since he got back from COVID. What you smoking, Scotty? I want some California good stuff. Craig Best. Should we resign Wedgewood? That is a good question as a backup goaltender, or hell's bells if someone comes along and says, "Hey, I like that Scott Wedgewood." He turns into Norm Macdonald impersonating David Letterman. He's like, "Hey, how about that Scott Wedgewood? I like that Wedgewood goaltender, Wedgewood." All right, Sam Wu is obviously not down with the Norm Macdonald, David Letterman impersonations, huh?
I didn't know that there were Norm Macdonald.
Oh my god! I need Beer Baron on here to do. You guys are all Simpsons. I don't know anything about the Simpsons. I know Saturday Night Live and South Park.
I'm not a big Simpsons fan. I'll watch it, but I don't remember half of the Simpsons. I'm more of trying to think, what am I into? I don't know. I like watching movies like Happy Gilmore 15,000 times over, or Dumb and Dumber, or Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. All the
classics,
dumb movies.
huh?
Beverly Hills Ninja. I love Beverly Hills Ninja. Have you seen Sally Jones? Chris Farley was oh my goodness. Gone way too soon. I just enjoyed his movies, every single one of them.
This isn't Ray Leo. This is Raymond Era Hero. Raymond Era Jr. I'm sure I'm probably slaughtering that last name right there, but Raymond Era Jr. says Lindy said it wasn't his night. Liked rolling 3 lines in the third. I mean, yeah, honestly. Even in the first and second period, who are our best line again? The old fourth line coming at you.
Yeah.
Those guys got the hustle every night. I saw Bastian getting in there. I saw McLeod getting in there. I saw Miles Wood getting in there. Those guys brought the hustle in the first and second period. What's wrong with the rest of the team?
Yeah.
Adam Morgan. Gusev needs to go back to the KHL. He's too scared of getting hit. Goose and Palms will be gone. And someone's talking about, I think that's Ramona. I don't understand why I can't see all the comments. Ramona's saying Hughes didn't do anything. I wouldn't say that. Jack doesn't have anyone to work with. He's doing everything by himself.
Plus, he's a marked man. He's a marked man.
Yes.
Anytime you have a first overall, they want to bully him. They want to. Well, they want to.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just waiting for you. I thought the feed stalled. You're like,
oh no. I was just waiting. Yeah, no, they do want to bully him, but the thing is, he's got no one else. No one else is threatening with him. They know Jack Hughes is going to try and create everything himself. So, and because he's only 19 and he's not a monster guy, they can just go ahead and brush up on him. But you did see he did pull a couple takeaways tonight. Yeah, he didn't score. And I understand that gets frustrating to us, but Jack is one of the ones I am not as concerned with because I see that hustle with him as well. I see it with him and the fourth line. Everyone else, it showed up in the third line and the third period tonight, but everyone else basically I feel like is lost out there. Like they're either they're out of gas from this crazy schedule and the COVID and the not being in game shape with no training camp and no practices and everything like that. I know it's a lot. It's a lot. And I know it's a lot that we're not thinking about because we're not professional athletes and we don't go through that. And the pressure to perform every single night on TV in front of, millions of people watching and to get all of your play analyzed all the time, without being able to go out there and be able to correctly defend yourself to be like, no, this is what's going on. People just make assumptions about things. How many times have we said things that were completely wrong, that we just think are correct going on? It's got to be real difficult for them. And I'm sure it's killing them, like, to not be performing too. I can only imagine someone like Travis Zajac, he had 3 assists tonight, but he's played, I'm sure Travis will tell you the same thing. His play this season has not been up to par, and I'm sure it kills him too every night going out there and realizing that, being able to self-analyze yourself and just being like, why is it not clicking? What's not going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's our team right now. And we talked about it. Who here is our core? Jack, Nico, Ty. Everyone after that, if the price is right on the team now. Of course, not talking about some of our younger prospects as well, but on the team, if someone comes along and offers like a massive package for Mackenzie Blackwood, I don't think Tom Fitzgerald is going to be like, nah, no thanks. We'll just go over here. You can go out and shop for a goalie instead. Same thing happened last year. None of us wanted to see old Pickles go to the Tampa Bay Lightning, but we ended up getting second round pick and Nolan Foote. If we could swing, someone had brought that up over the weekend. Could we swing something similar like that this trade deadline for Miles Wood? Someone looking for speed, size, grit, scoring.
Blake Coleman, I believe it was Nolan Foote, and I think it was a draft pick. Am I not mistaken?
I think it was a second round draft pick that we got.
I thought it was the first round.
Was it first? Oh, you're right. You're correct. You're correct. Yeah. I mean, that's a steal. That was such a steal. And listen, I love Blake Coleman, and now he's finally fitting in. I mean, I keep a lot of the games on here in the background, so whatever comes on, comes on. But I've seen a bunch of the Tampa Bay games. Seen a lot of the Canadian teams, man. Oh, those games, they are battling. You see some of those Oilers and Flames games. Woo! Out here on the West Coast, man, they are getting chippy. But anyway.
So which pick was used out of the 3?
Jack?
Was it Mercer? No, I'm talking the Blake Coleman trade. The first round.
I think it was Mohamedoulan.
Okay, that's what I thought too. Because I think the second one, I think Mercer was the Coyotes, right?
Yes, the Taylor Hall.
Okay,
the Taylor Hall one.
Yeah.
Yes. And
so
Holtz
that turned out
was ours.
Yeah, yeah.
from our own ineptitude,
Yeah.
Yeah, but Calgary and then Tampa. Yeah, so we got Mohamedoulan, which is someone we haven't even really been talking about at all. That's kind of a little diamond in the rough type of deal. Is he going to develop into a really good, solid defenseman? We could see, Matt Fraudenberger, first round, and Foote. Not MB, not yet. He really had a chance to shoot an OT. What are they saying on the old YouTube Live? Ramona, Nico is better. I know Nico is our best player right now. But Jack, like we talked about, I feel like Jack is going to be our Patty Kane someday. He may not be as great as Patty Kane, but I think he's going to be an all-star player like that. And Nico's going to be our Jonathan Toews. He's going to be our center down that line, holding it down.
Basically, Rody Ryan says we got Foote and Shakir for Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. I mean, if Shakir Mukhamadullin becomes a Norris, trophy defenseman out of nowhere.
Well, let's just say
I'm
he's
not
a
s-
second-line NHL defenseman. Let's just shoot for, before we give him the old Norris trophy,
Yeah,
let's
but-
just say he's a second-line defenseman. Okay? How about that? That's pretty good. Nolan Foote. And a possible, second top four, a top four D-man and a top six winger for Blake Coleman, who typically plays on your third line. Yes, he is on some special teams, definitely the PK, but he is your prototypical third line player. Has Pickles? I don't think he ever broke 20 goals. He's in the teens.
No,
he's your. Did he?
Did last year?
Someone's gotta look that up for me, please, because I suck. Maybe he did last year. I'm not really sure, but I thought he was always
regardless.
in the
I think Tampa Bay overpaid, but you never overpay if you actually. But you never overpay unless you get the result of the Stanley Cup. It always negates everything because that Stanley Cup is forever. Yeah, you know how many trades did Lou Lamoriello had to make? Great players like Brendan Morrison back in the day.
Lord Lemieux coming back, baby.
Yep. So
for the second cup
again. So again. Anyway, in other news, I just want to go over a couple things. Well, we're hitting
Sam was done. He's just like, brain can't work anymore.
It's still hockey. It's still hockey related. What are your thoughts of ESPN deal? Non-exclusive rights, but games being on ESPN again. We put out on Twitter. Would you like to see Gary Thorne and Bill Clement again? Good friend of the podcast, Bill Clement. Out of 43 votes, 88% said yes. Now,
of course, who wouldn't want to see them again? I mean, they're like the yin and yang of ESPN hockey. Just hearing their voices.
Yeah. I mean, Steve Levy. We should try to get Steve Levy on the program, on the podcast.
Would love to.
But could it actually happen? Gary Thorne is no longer with the Orioles. Bill Clement just retired, started this season. Could you actually pull out? And would you do it? I mean, they're in their 70s now, but they were legendary with ESPN.
The whole reason,
legendary.
Yeah, I think the whole reason with Gary though is that's where he lives down there in Baltimore, and he was doing the Oriole games because that's where he lived. Much like Dick Enberg, the last years of his career, if you didn't know or not, but Dick Enberg, legendary Hall of Fame broadcaster, was just calling the Padres games. He became the play-by-play man for like the last 5 years of his life, calling the Padres games, which is like insane. Like it's like what us Devils fans had when we had Doc, calling our games all those years. Like we literally had a living legend announcing for us. And Gary as well. Gary was one of our announcers too, we've had those legends, but I mean, like, I don't know if Gary's, who knows what they're going to do if he could do it from home, but I don't know if those guys are going to want to go back out on the road and travel. I'm sure ESPN, because this is a new, venture, they're gonna roll out, some good stuff with the pregame, the postgame, the people on site. They're gonna want to make their presence known. I'm sure they're gonna want their branding everywhere. But it's good. It's good for the NHL because it creates revenue, having that double revenue now that they're hooked up with both. The big companies there, the Mouse with ABC and ESPN, and NBC still with USA. I mean, that's a lot of money coming in. That's what the NBA has with their TNT and ESPN deals. It's coming from two different areas, and it just gives us more times for hockey. Maybe more Devils national games, give them more spotlight time. What's NBC? They have the Wednesday night, they have Sunday night. I'm not sure what the NBA stuff has on ESPN because I fall behind on it. But is there going to be Tuesday night hockey and Friday night hockey or Saturday night hockey? I think there's Friday night NBA, so maybe Saturday night NHL. Like it's good. There'll be a market like that, and what's really good too is where basketball gets a lot of ratings when stuff does open up. ESPN is just on in the bars, and places, So like if ESPN is just generally on in bars and the hockey game comes on, it's going to be on a lot more often. Hell's Bells. How many times have I said Hell's Bells tonight? Remember when we switched, what was it, to the Outdoor Life Network and Versus, when they weren't available in any cable company? It's just like, what is this crap? That crushed them. And ESPN was just like, all right, you don't want to play with us? Fine. We're not gonna give you guys any coverage. We're not gonna give you any love. We're gonna send like the bare minimum for your big playoffs and everything like that. And we're just gonna push you to the back end on everything. We're gonna push NASCAR ahead of you. We're gonna push golf ahead of you. We're gonna put tennis ahead of you. That's just what they did. They were like, screw you, Gary Bettman. You don't want to take our deal. You want to go off on your own.
I wonder on ESPN.com if I actually can see NHL tab on the top left.
Oh yeah,
on the top left.
It's hidden. Oh yeah, you got to go down to like. You got to go down like past like
it's like a card.
High school badminton. They have high school badminton above the NHL right now.
It's worse than a fine print. It's worse than reading a fine print, finding the NHL. Finding the NHL link.
Yeah. The Outdoor Life Network. That's what it was. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was so terrible. Such a bad idea. But that's what they did. They were just like, okay, see ya. We're not going to give you any coverage whatsoever. And the product just dwindled. It just dwindled. It went right down. Like hockey was such a mainstream. Think back to when we were kids. What was the biggest show in the world on TV when we were kids? It was Seinfeld. What is one of the biggest, most known episodes about? Going to see the Devils and Rangers play a hockey game. Okay? Mm-hmm. Writing the D, putty, putting everything on. That's what that was. That's how mainstream hockey used to be like that.
Yep.
And then, what was it? OLN. And then OLN happened. Who's in charge over there making these decisions? I don't know. But anyway, we're getting way off topic here.
But it is part of the news of the day. I was pretty happy to see because honestly, I do miss Steve Levy talking about hockey and the old Sports Center days and all that. I will try to get Steve Levy. Linda Cohn. Yeah, and Linda Cohn is a huge Rangers fan, like huge Rangers fan, and
many times. At Sirius XM, she's come in. We talk hockey a lot, actually. But yeah, I've met Linda many times. She's cool.
Yeah.
She's chill.
Yeah, and
Buchagross. They got a lot of good hockey guys over there. But the sport just doesn't get the coverage after that contract deal. It's starting to come back now. I mean, they've had that deal with ESPN Plus. So they started doing some things again. But now actually getting it on the real networks, that's big. It's big for the NHL.
Absolutely. All right. So I'm going to cue up the music here, but any predictions and thoughts, Scotty?
Oh, Ray Leo's thinking about Barry Melrose. I don't think Barry's there. Barry's not on with ESPN anymore. I think he's with the NHL network now. I remember.
He could do both.
I remember when the Devils, and Kings were in the cup, and I remember all the comments about Barry Melrose with the watch your wallet and stuff like that came up. And I remember NHL Network was in the, or maybe it was NBC Sports was, in the little square there outside the arena. And I had the game on DVR and I was there. And you could hear me in the background walking by just yelling, "Watch your wallet, Barry!" Like when I was walking, and because he was in the middle of talking, you see him like smiling and laughing. You can hear me in the background.
Scotty, okay. I gotta post this. I gotta post this video when Barry came back when it came take the tour. I'm in it. Fox 5 did a report. I think it was Linda Schmidt. Now, when Barry came into the arena bar, I had a fishing rod with a wallet with Scott Gomez pesos inside the wallet dangling in front of him. Man. And then I had Rangers suck confetti, and they were all cubed up with rubber bands. So what I would do is I would chuck it at the ceiling. Hopefully the rubber band will disband, and then Rangers suck confetti would be all over Barry. Instead, I chucked it at the ceiling. It did not disband and hit his bodyguard in the eye. Is right next to him. And I got videos of that. I'll try to post it up in the Let's Go Devils group and all that. But yeah, that brings back a lot of old memories when Barry Melrose came back, and it's like, "Where's your wallet?" Everyone's chanting.
I can't imagine why we have to sneak you into the arena every time. I have no idea why. Big sign out there. Do not let this man in.
Well, you know what? The last time we won the cup, ESPN was televising. ESPN and ABC was televising games. So
there you go.
Maybe good luck.
Mark it on your calendars. We're going all the way this year. That's it. There you go. That seals the deal. Right there. We're back on NHL's back on ESPN. Devils are going to the cup, baby. We're winning it.
Yep.
Here comes number 4.
So I want to thank everyone for watching and listening to us. I'll be back tomorrow for the Woo Report. And you and Scotty and I will be back for post-game Thursday night. And Wednesday, we will have a State of the Fan address with Nick Villano and I, Pucks and Pitchforks editor-in-chief. Tons of content. And by the way, one other thing. Go to Amanda Stein's Twitter page. She's doing some cameo stuff. You can have her do a video of something, have her write something. Go check it out. Anyway, till next time. Hey, just trying to help Amanda out. I hope people go to her Twitter page and do some cameos, have her write something. Let's go Devils. Or something like that. Anyway, till next time, let's go Devils.